the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello and welcome back once again to Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight on tap, Superior Class Auto Racing presented by Mug Root Beer. This is round number 11 here at Michigan International Speedway for the Michigan 200. I'll tell you what, we've only got about 6 minutes or so left here in happy hour, and it looks like Alan Dufries is on top of the board right now. Fastest man out there shaking down the car. It looks like we have about 18 drivers here at Michigan International Speedway tonight for race number 11 in this, I believe it is a 15 race schedule before we begin next season. So these drivers getting down to the nitty-gritty. Time to go, time to get as many points as you can. And speaking of the points, heading into tonight's race, your point standings look a little something like this. David Bradford increases his lead over Bobby Hamilton Jr. last week. That was a 5-point deficit. This week, 15. So Hamilton falling a little bit behind here late in the season. Last week's race winner, Chris Mathis, sitting right there in third in the point standings, but Chris is going to have to make a big time comeback, and I think Bradford and Hamilton might have to have a little bit of trouble if he's going to do anything. So it looks like it's beginning to become a two-man race for the championship. Excuse me, sorry about that. Had to cough, had to mute the mic, and hit the mic, and yeah. Anyways, it's drivers out on track. The 55 of Cameron Hagan, haven't seen him very often. To my recollection, he is down there on pit road right now. We'll try to take a look down pit road there. You see a ton of drivers coming around through the field. We'll take a look at them. Oh, up into the wall. Late accident here in happy hour. That's going to spell some trouble. Some drivers going to have to get the backup out in order to go. Qualifying 54 right on that 8's rear end. These drivers pushing the limits right now. So I guess testing the waters is the way to go. At least you'll know what you got when it's time to know what you need. 3 wide here in happy hour as it's beginning to shut down. 3 minutes left. And man, I wonder who's going to get to victory lane here tonight. Seen a few different winners over the past few races. So going to be interesting to see if one of these other drivers managed to secure themselves a win this season. Right now, we are watching the 54 of Justin Napier. Justin's been around the league for quite some time. There you see Justin's stats right there that, well, are not there. That is very interesting. We'll have to figure out why that's not working tonight. All right, with 2.5 minutes left here in qualifying, the 71 of Alan Dufries is still sitting on top of the leaderboard. The 86 of Colt Ansley just off of him. Not even a full tenth separates the time between those two drivers. So right on top of each other right there. Cameron Hagan in the 55, he's sitting in third. Right at about the 10th of a second off mark. So very, very close. Your top three. And as we begin to see drivers head on down pit road, we're going to start heading on down to track side ourselves. Please join me in saluting our national anthem by standing, doing what's right. You know what I mean? So, as we head on down trackside, don't go anywhere. We will be right back here on Turn 3 Racing Network.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As promised, not missing any of the action. Qualifying has just begun. We're going to jump on down, take an eyeball at the 86 of Colt Ansley as he gets his way off of pit road around the apron. Cameron Hagan just out in front of him right now. We're just coming out behind him. I do apologize about that. Green flag for qualifying is underway. 4.5 minutes left remaining. Multiple drivers already on track. The 56 of Will Jones, the 83 of Jason Spear, as well as the 71 of Alan Dufries. Alan was the fastest in happy hour. Can he repeat that again and walk away with the pole here today for the Michigan 200? Race number 11 here for the Superior Class Auto Racing, presented by Mug Root Beer. Up to speed lap in the books, the 55 of Cameron Hagan, using a big arc there that time to get through that corner. Interesting little line there for Hagan. We'll watch him come down the backstretch, looking at the rest of the times on tracks. Colt Ansley not quite around just yet, putting down his time lap. Chris Mathis out on track as well. Channing Ballou. Brandon Puffenberger also out there. Hunter Kent, driver I am not seeing anywhere, not in the garages, anywhere around. Bobby Hamilton Jr., and that's going to put him in a little bit of a spot for the point standings. That's going to put that's going to be tough. He's going to lose a lot of ground not being out there on track this late in the season, as you see Cameron Hagen's times up on screen. Hagen coming around turn 4 through the tri-oval right there near the grass. Oh, and that lap may not have counted. Good enough for 6 right now. Chris Mathis, last week's race winner, he is slotted on top of the pole position right now. Mark Truxell beginning his first timed lap out there. We'll ride around here with Mark. Tell you what, let's go ahead and jump on board inside of the cockpit with Mark Truxell as he makes his way around this big 2-mile track. There you can see just how much speed these drivers are carrying. 179. Look at it climbing. Going to be near the 190, 195 range by the time he's at corner entry. Coming down to about 175 or so through the center of the corner and back off Mark Truxell. Good line through 1 and 2. First lap only good enough for 9th. Will Truxell pick it up? We'll have to wait and see. He begins to make his way back to the start-finish line. Brandon Puffenberger finishing both of his timed laps. He's going to slot in the 10th spot. Channing Ballou all the way to 2nd, but nobody has got anything for Mathis so far. What will Truxell get out of it? Oh, and not enough, all the way up to 4th. So a great effort being had by Mark Truxell in that 5 crew, but just not enough in the tank to get the job done with only 30 seconds left here in qualifying. I do believe that that's going to end all of the qualifying runs, everyone except for 3 drivers, Daryl Spear, David Bradford, and Kason Plott. Those 3 drivers decided not to hit the track. The rest of the field is set. So we'll allow these drivers to take a breath, gather their thoughts, regroup, and get ready to get back out there on track. And here we go. It's what we came here tonight to see. Drivers beginning to hit the grid. Chris Mathis was your winner in qualifying, taking the pole position away here today for the Michigan 200. Drivers there, you see them a little bit different lineup here at Michigan, but yeah, I'm not a fan of the sideways, but all the fans are, so I don't know, that's awkward, but nonetheless, we're gonna get to your starting order here for tonight's race, presented to you by Mug Root Beer. Row number 1, pole position, the 19 of Chris Mathis. Just to his outside will be the 88 of Channing Ballou. In row number 2, the 56 of Will Jones and the 5 of Mark Truxell. Row number 3, the 54 of Justin Napier and the 7 of Hunter Kent. Row number 4, the 71 of Alan Dufries and the 53 of Steve Murdoch. Row number 5, the 40 of Jeff Napier and the 42 of Brandon Puffenberger. Row number 6, the 55 of Cameron Hagman and the 8 of Quentin Murdoch. Row number 7, the 86 of Colt Ansley, followed by the 83 of Jason Spear. Row number 8, the 23 of Mickey Spear and the 4 of Kason Plott. row number 9, the 46 of David Bradford, and rounding out the field for tonight's race, the 32 of Daryl Spear. So there you have it, your race. Well, gonna be your race leader when we go green flag racing here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. The 19 of Chris Mathis showing a little bit of love to the pit crew down there on pit road. And they do what it takes. If we see green flag pit stops, he sure hopes so, but he's got to get the job done on track as well. And it's going to be some tough sledding up there at the front of the field. This track, very, very, very big track. Very big track. You can fit 3 wide here pretty easily. I mean, you can even do 4 wide if you do it the right way. It's great. If not, then it's a disaster. But very, very large racing surface, and you are high speed into these pretty high banked corners. But will we see fuel mileage come into play, as we've seen it happen time and time again up here at Michigan International Speedway? It's a long way away to think about fuel mileage right now. The field is getting formed up. Pace car lights are off, and we are set to go green flag racing here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Superior Class Auto Racing presented by Mug Root Beer. We're green flag racing at Michigan International Speedway. Chris Mathis off to an absolute great start. Gets well and clear of the field. Down into turn number 1, the 56. Right on his tail, Will Jones trying to catch up, take that top spot away. Third, the Channing Ballou. The 88 machine kind of ducking low, it looks like right now, and Mark Truxell in the field are going to skate on by. Looks like Ballou's going to the back. Battles a little further through the field here. You see the 86 of Colt Ansley trying to come up and put himself inside of the top 10. Looking up at the front, Chris Mathis crossing the line, still being scored as your race leader. We'll stay up here as the things are beginning to get a little bit closer, a little bit more contested, as we've got 3 more drivers now joining that top 2 train. Hunter Kent, Mark Truxell, Justin Napier, all right there, trying to get by these 2 gentlemen on screen. The 19 of Chris Mathis, your pole sitter, fastest in happy hour. Well, he's led 1 lap, make it 2 this time to the line for the 19 of Mathis. Put it in the books. 7 looking to the outside now. Hunter Kent going around the 56 of Will Jones. Not quite able to pull the pass. What will Mathis do? Looks like he's going to move up the track slightly. That's going to help. That 7 machine, Mark Truxell, also out there trying to run that outside lane. Justin Napier right there underneath him. That is something that you want to see if you are Chris Mathis, is see these drivers start to get too wide behind you. The more they mix it up, the more they fight, the better off you are. Chris Mathis now under heavy fire from a Hunter Kent. That 7 made a move and got around the 56, looking to take it to the bottom in 1 and 2. Everybody's free and clear down the back stretch. Field beginning to look single file. There you see the 42 of Brandon Puffenberger. He jumps down to the bottom. Chris Mathis also running the bottom. All these drivers, 7 drifting up just a little bit. That's going to open the door for the 56. Will he take it? No, stays right there in 3rd. Back across the line. Another lap in the books for Mathis. just want to show you a little bit. I mean, we're going to go to an onboard camera real quick for you. On board with the 56 of Will Jones. Just look how close this racing is with Mathis running that middle lane. The 7 of Hunter Kent digging on the bottom, trying to take the spot away. And Will Jones, he's just kind of stuck there like, come on guys, figure it out. Field, it's still mixing it up. Positions still not determined yet. Lap number 7, 100 here for the Michigan 200. Scheduled race distance 200 miles. Long race. If you beat and bang too much, or you wear them tires out, you're going to be hurting here in just a little while. Now we're beginning to see the 55 of Cameron Hagan. He is slowly starting to make his way up through the field. Not sure why that was still up there. Back through the back there, you see Mark Truxell. What happened to Truxell? He fell all the way from up at the front all the way back to 11th position in a matter of a lap. Now looking to the inside, trying to take the 9th position away up at the front. Chris Mathis still digging on that outside. Will Jones has not went away. Hunter Kent right there as well. These drivers not ready to go single file just yet. Still side by side racing. The 8 of Quentin Murdoch trying to make his way around the 54 of Justin Napier. Can he get the job done? Still free and clear, working lap number 9 of 100. And the scheduled race distance for tonight's Michigan 200. 2 and 3 wide now as we... Oh my goodness, that was close. Oh my goodness, what happened? Not sure who I was focused on. That probably had a little blinky blink going on right there, and some craziness happened. Oh, I believe it may be Will. So let's put focus on another driver and see if everything works itself out. Looks like it's going to. Look at that field come across the line. Absolutely beautiful. These drivers putting on one heck of a show here tonight already. Only 10 laps into this thing, and we are still side-by-side positions, not sorted off. Mathis right up next to that outside wall. My goodness, these guys, I'm telling you, they are laying it all out on the line very early here tonight, and it is a great sight to see. Back across the line, still side by side, the 56 of Will Jones and Chris Mathis. Now Mathis fading back just a little bit. Jones has help from the 7 underneath him. He's going to go back to the top to tow Mathis down the back stretch. Down into turn 3, the 56 going to go to the bottom. Looks like Mathis going to follow suit, stay about a half a car length up the 7, digging on that bottom. In the bottom, checking up just a little bit right there. I believe the 54 of Napier may have had a little bit of issue. Looks like it slowed the field for just a minute. Everything gathered back together. We stay green flag racing, and I'm telling you, this entire top 10 is just all over each other. We do have 18 drivers out there on track. Looks like from 15th on back, the 71 of Alan Dufries. Looks like him and 3 other drivers, they're kind of just laying back about 5 seconds off of your race leader. Just, I guess they're thinking a caution may end up or may be inevitable. Number 19, a little bit too close for comfort to that wall on exit of 4 that last time by. 56 still maintaining a good race lead. Hunter Kent in the 7 machine right behind him in 3rd as they work their way back down the backstretch. Machine looks to the inside of the 8 of Quentin Murdoch. Can Case and Plot get the run through 3 and 4? We'll keep an eye on that one. Yes, he does. Oh, close moment there as Murdoch a little bit of a wiggle. And Plot moves up just in front of him. Ever so close right there. Oh, close quarters up at the front. There's battles all over this racetrack. We'll see if we can't get a little better view of some of them for you. We got a battle for the race lead. We got a battle back here for 5th place. More battles throughout the field. We'll rejoin this one as it's started to fizzle out just a little bit. The 19 of Chris Mathis wants the lead back, but Will Jones give it to him. Put another lap in the book as we now have only 86 laps left to go out of 100 for the scheduled race distance. The Michigan 200 here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Superior Class Auto Racing presented by Mug Root Beer. This is race number 11 at Michigan International Speedway, and Jones into the wall a little bit. You've seen the sparks flying there. The 19 closes right in on his rear bumper. Can the 19 do anything with it? And it looks like Hunter Kent having a little bit of issues coming in and out of the view, and he's going to stay down bottom. Looks like he's just going to get out of the way, let all these other drivers by. Safe and sound, no problems. Good maneuver by a very good driver, Hunter Kent. Just gonna let things sort itself out and then try to go back to the front. Long time to get it done. So his hopes are not over just yet. Meanwhile, your 2 leaders still battling it out. The 56 of Will Jones, followed by the 19 of Chris Mathis. Gaps beginning to develop through some of the rest of the field. We'll go back to the battle for 5th place as it is the most contested spot on track right now. There you see the 46 of David Bradford. He takes 5th away. 54 of Justin Napier trying to come up and get that spot away. Brandon Puffenberger has driven through the field all the way up to the 7th spot as Quentin Murdoch and that 8 machine falling through the field. And this right here is the group I was talking about. These 4 drivers, they have been about the 5 now up to 7 seconds behind your race leader, and it looks like it's pretty much by design. They are all right there with each other running in the draft, so they're not really off on the speed charts. They're just behind. It's like they back themselves up to a gap that they're comfortable with in case something happens up front. Those drivers just going to employ that strategy throughout the race. Meanwhile, the 42 of Brandon Puffenberger able to get by the 54 of Justin Napier. There you see the battle for the top 5 now beginning to heat up, as Case and Plot has brought Channing Ballou and David Bradford into the mix for that battle for the top 2 spots. closer and closer. This battle rages on up at the front. Chris Mathis looking to the inside, can't get the job done. Kason Plott right there on his bumper. Can he make the move going into 3? No, he's going to stay right behind in the tire tracks of that 56 of Jones. Going to have to pick a better spot and a better time for that move. It's great when you get there, but you got to do something with it when you go. In drivers, you hear us say it all the time. Getting to me is one thing, passing me, well, that's another. And these two drivers up front, Will Jones, Chris Mathis, they have shown us that mentality as they have raced lap after lap with each other in very tight spaces at times for that top spot. Kason Plott sitting in 3rd. He has driven his way up to that spot. Started a little further through the field. David Bradford in the 46 also driving up through the field into the 4th spot, rounding out your top 5. There you see it over to the left of your screen is that 88 of Channing Ballou. But that's going to change hands here in just a minute, because it looks like that 42 of Brandon Puffenberger, he wants to take that spot away. Up at the front, can Mathis get it done? There goes Plott to the bottom. Will that be the little bit of assist that 19 machine needs? As we see Cameron Hagan coming off of pit road, first car to hit pit road. Looks like everything looks normal on speed charts. So Cameron may be a little bit of fuel strategy maybe. And the draft help that the 19 has received from the 4 has been able to push himself up there to the top spot. Once again, gonna cross the line here, very close, but give that lap back to... Ooh, no, they gave that one to Jones still. Ooh. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, we have electronic scoring, because I would have gave that lap to the 19, but, well, do it many times and I'll do it many more. I get proved wrong and mess things up quite often. Lap 25 out of 100 here tonight for the Michigan 200 Superior Class Auto Racing, presented by Mug Root Beer here on iRacing.com, world's #1 racing simulator. And if there's anything you've ever wanted to drive, I promise you they got it. Tracks and cars scanned for or to laser precision. And it is much, much cheaper to wad up one of these machines here on iRacing than it is to go buy yourself one and then slam it into the wall in turn 4. Because most of us will live through 1 and 2, but 3 and 4, that's where it's going to get us. "26 laps into this green flag run in the field. Looks like they're beginning to get single filed. Looks like they're beginning to create a little bit of gaps. And as I say that, Kason Plott, he drops down to the bottom. He's going to challenge for second. That's going to put Mathis up the track. The 46 of Puffenberger right there as well. Sorry, the 46 is David Bradford. Puffenberger is just behind them in the 42, running in the 7th position. So my apologies. That's Bradford in the Crown Royal Apple machine. That Chevy ZL1 Camaro looks pretty dang good to me. Looking good. Right now, though, Will Jones starting to pull away from the field as these top 5-6 drivers battle it out for supremacy, for track position. 3 wide now, coming off of 4. Back to 2 wide when we hit the line. Jones putting another one in the books for himself, but down there on the bottom, trying to get himself back onto the lead lap. That is the 55 of Cameron Hagan. Cameron pitted 5 laps ago, so he has much fresher tires. And look at the difference the tires are making. Hagman is down there on the bottom, digging on that yellow line, driving his way right past the leaders who are pretty much packed up. They're not pushing on each other's bumpers, but they're still very much using the draft. And that is just an amazing sight to see, to witness, and to kind of understand. Really don't do that, KR. KR. Oh, man, KR. Oh, man. No pokey pokes, bro. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's not going to be good. That's not going to be good. Only you, Dave. Only you. Whew. All right. Reset. Will Jones in the 56, still leading the race. Case and Plot right behind him. The 46 of David Bradford running in third. The 19 of Chris Mathis now running in the 4th position. Was up there leading the race very early here tonight, but has found himself fading as we get deeper and deeper into this green flag run. Caution is out on track, trying to see if we can see what happens. Looked like Quentin Murdoch was involved in that caution. We'll go back one time, take a look at it, see what happened. Gonna have to go just a little bit further back. Here we go. Above it all in our aerial cam here tonight. Everything looks fine. And then maybe just, right up into the wall. Oh, Mark Truxell, so lucky. Single car spin, the 8 of Quentin Murdoch with some heavy damage. Now we'll take one more look back at it. See if we can't see it from a different angle. Well, no need. There you see him going around once again. So we will jump back up with your race leader as they catch up to the pace car. And we will hit pit road for the first time here tonight. That's going to put the 53 of Steve Murdoch down 1 lap, though. Cameron Hagan raced his way back onto the lead lap. He's going to be able to pit with these drivers once again, get back on the same fuel and tire strategy as everyone else. So that is going to be a big benefit for him. Drivers hitting their pit boxes there. You see the cars going in the air. Justin Napier staying out probably to lead a lap, I would say. Looks like everybody down and away. And Mathis going to get beat off of pit road. Will Jones going to be the first car off of pit road. lap. KR. Cheers, buddy. Cheers. All right, anyway, here we go. Refocus, reload. All the drivers off of pit road. Justin Napier staying out on track. We'll have to wait and see if he decides to hit pit road this time by. And then it looks like we may have had some drivers speeding on exit of pit road. Will Jones in the 56 going backwards right now, giving up spots. So I believe that 56 of Jones has received a black flag for speeding on pit exit. That will give the race lead back to Chris Mathis as Justin Nay. Come on, dude. KR, bro. Come on, man. Come on. And see, now I'm going to have to apologize for your shenanigans. That's right. I used it. Shenanigans there, KR. Much apologies from KR Stoffus. Just playing around. Entire league, sorry, yeah. You know us here at Turn 3. We're sometimes a little, well, yeah, we're just us. So, when the pace car hits the line, we will have one car receiving a wave around. Your race leader will be Chris Mathis in the 19, with Channing Ballou in the 88 sitting in second, Hunter Kent in the 7 machine sitting in third, Brandon Puffenberger in the 42 in fourth, and Kason Plott rounding out your top 5. And usually I would take a moment like this, a caution to do some house cleaning, but, well, there is no house cleaning. 18 drivers started tonight's race and took to the grid. We still have all 18 drivers running out there on track, and all 18 are still on the lead lap. Lap 35 out of 100 here tonight for the Michigan 200. And the pace car lights are out. Field will begin to get a double file, and we will get ready to go back. Green flag racing. And it looks like with lane choice, Mathis may have chose the outside here. We'll have to take a look. And absolutely, that is what has happened. Chris Mathis, your race leader, has chosen the outside lane for this restart. Pace car beginning to get ready to make the left-hand turn, and we will get this thing fired back off. There you see it on pit road. 19 of Chris Mathis, your race leader. When will he go? And he is gone. On the gas very early, the 19 with a big jump over the 88 of Ballou as they make their way down into turn number 1 for the first time since the restart. The 7 of Hunter Kent right there in fourth, trying to get by that number 4. Just behind those drivers, Jason Spear, Alan Dufries, David Bradford. They're starting to battle for position on track as well. Brandon Puffenberger trying to do what he can. And where did Puffenberger go? all the way towards the rear of the field. And now Bradford up there in the 5th position, trying to get up there, trying to celebrate with that Crown Royal Apple machine one more time. But the man with the Bass Pro Shops on board with him, the 19 of Chris Mathis, he's saying, nah, fellas. I tell you what, very early on this restart, but we're going to go ahead and do something I always love to do. We're going to go ahead and kick it to a turn 3, shut up and race. We absolutely love it. Riding along now, looking down at the 71 of Alan Dufries as he is trying to make his way up through the field. Alan sitting just inside of the top 10 in the 9th position. There you see the 32 of Daryl Spear. He is trying to hold back that fast 56 of Will Jones. Will has led the most laps so far, but the man on the point, Chris Mathis, is beginning to catch back up to him in that category. Leading the field on the high line, he has Channing Ballou in the 88 right there to his inside. Back across the line, give that lap to Ballou. Will he have enough to get the job done down here into turns 1 and 2? Clears him through the center. Looks like he's going to make that pass pretty easily off of 2. Field now getting back together. New race leader, the 88 of Channing Ballou. Those 2 cars on the outside, Chris Mathis, David Bradford, they were right there nose to tail heading off into turn 1 that time. They gave up a little bit of ground through the center of 1. It looks like Ballou has just got that thing turning the right way, got it going in the right direction. Because these drivers look like they can catch up utilizing the draft, but they're just not able to do anything with that clean air up there. It looks like that is the gold here tonight at Michigan International Speedway. Race number 11 for Superior Class Auto Racing, presented to you by Mug Root Beer here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Field starting to get a little bit single file. Mark Truxell having something to say about that. There you see him just off in the distance, running in the 7th position. He's trying to come up through the field. Looks like the 4 of Kasim Plot. He's now having a little bit of blinky blink go on as well. Field still under green flag conditions, and Will Jones relegated to the tail end of the field for a speeding on pit road penalty. and he has driven all the way back up inside of the top 10. There you see him just now off of turn number 2, just behind the 71 of Alan Dufries. And this field is starting to get grouped back together. One long train around this 2-mile. A lot of people call it the quad oval. I just call it big. Blue down to the bottom, trying to break the draft a little bit. Not sure if that's the wise move, as these drivers are going to run right up on them. That's going to cause them to go different directions. Kason Plott dropping towards the bottom. The 55 of Cameron Hagan, he went towards the top. That's going to break up this lead pack as we work ourselves down the back stretch. 56 laps left to go. That's right, almost halfway through tonight's race already, and these Superior Class Auto Racing drivers have been putting on one heck of a show. Almost 3 wide once again in the back. Mark Truxell working that bottom line, trying to get by Will Jones and Alan Dufries. Change for position at the front. David Bradford moves to second around Chris Mathis through turns 1 and 2. But Channing Ballou, he is starting to set sail. Biggest gap so far that a leader has had. And it is not a very big gap, about a car and a half between himself and Bradford. And maybe Mathis just said, I'm tired of dealing with it. You go see if you can get by. Sometimes drivers just need to see how somebody else deals with somebody. Oh, tight entry there for the 7 and the 19, almost into each other. Oh, big moment there for Bradford, coming back up the track right in front of this field. He was clear, but the space was tight. And while we take a minute, watch this great racing action here being brought to you tonight by Mug Root Beer, the Superior Class Auto Racing League on iRacing.com. If you haven't already, go check them out on iRacing League directories. You can catch them on Facebook as well. A lot of great things going on over there at Superior Class Auto Racing. The driver profiles are absolutely unreal. Hats off, my man. Those are sharp. Things at the front beginning to look a little bit sporty, a little bit racy. These drivers have all regained momentum, all lined back up once again, and we are behind some trees. That is some great drone action being brought to you here tonight at Turn 3 Racing Network. Channing Ballou still maintaining the race lead, but can Bradford make it? Yes, he does. Big move there by Bradford. Ballou looking for the crossover off of 4. Will he have what it takes to get the job done back at the line? No, looks like Bradford made it work, made the slide job stick, put Bradford to the point. Now Kason Plott right on the rear deck lid of that 46 machine, and Ballou, right up the track, right into the door of that 46. Bradford maintaining, getting the job done still. Now 3 wide for second. They big crash. 71 caught up. Looks like another driver may have been spun there. Carnage after as well. Let's take one more look back here. See what happens. And just a little door slam in tight quarters there. We'll try to take an overhead look this time if we can. If we can get to it in time. If not, we'll get it. We'll take one more look at it here. And it looks like the 46 may have been the one that got in the wall first. We'll take a look high above with the blimp cam. There you see the 3 wide move being made. Oh, no. And Blue comes up into the 46. He gets into the wall, back down, and then Carnage. Oh, my goodness. Did you see Brandon Puffenberger? That was a heavy, heavy hit for Puffenberger right there. Head on into the wall, and he went sailing across the track. My goodness. That was kind of rough to watch. There you see drivers already on pit road. That is that 42 of Brandon Puffenberger. Field beginning to make their way around turn 3 and 4. All the drivers coming to pit road. Ooh. Once again, being proved wrong. Colt Ansley going around. I believe Ansley's looking for one of the lap lead points. There you see it in the books for him now, crossing the finish line. He's going to get a lap lead points for Ansley and his 86 crew. Rest of the field on pit road. And as we have the drivers beginning to exit pit road, we're going to take just a real quick moment for a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. You won't miss any of the racing action here on Turn 3 Racing Network.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
Welcome back. As promised, not a thing missed. Well, you missed Colt Ansley going down pit road. Pretty much seen that one coming. Field getting double file ready to go once again here at Michigan International Speedway. It's Superior Class Auto Racing presented by Mug Root Beer. And man, this is about to get good, a little over halfway as we get to see this thing fire back off. In the box and away we go. Chris Mathis, your race leader, bringing the field back to the line. He's going to cross the line first. Down into turn 1 has the 55 of Cameron Hagan just beside him. Down to the inside, the 71 of Alan Dufries trying to make the pass now on Hagan. Move Hagan back to third, but only for a moment. Mark Truxell trying to make his way up as well. And we have got a big sea of cars back here. Look at that 3-4 wide going into turn 3. Absolutely amazing. Great job by all of these drivers out there. so far. There you see 3, almost 4 wide. Back through the field, I believe that is with David Bradford. The 56 of Will Jones, 2 rows of 3 wide here at Michigan International Speedway for the Michigan 200. Presented to you tonight by Mug Root Beer here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. In this field, not calming down, not getting sorted out, because look back up here at the front. Mark Truxell diving down into turn 3, trying to make his way around that 71 of Alan Dufries. Mark Truxell trying to get it done, 5th position. Now side by side with the 8 of Quentin Murdoch, trying to take any and every position away that he can. Cameron Hagan looking to the inside now through 1 and 2 for the race lead off of turn 2. Mathis with the momentum on the outside. Where will Dufries go? Looks like he's in the middle, and down to the bottom goes Hagan. He is going to drop like a rock. Big time moment for Hagan. Not sure what's going on. He is slowing and coming to a stop. Hagan with some issues and has towed to pit road. Interesting to see what happened there, and it looks like Colt Ansley hitting pit road as well. Maybe a black flag or something was involved with the front of the field, but look, while we kept an eye on that, up at the front, Alan Dufries has taken the lead with the help of the 8 of Quentin Murdoch. Now Hunter Kent, Kason Plott, and Chris Mathis are back on the hunt. Back through the tri-oval, the 71 of Alan Dufries still leading the race, but looking close to his inside. There is Hunter Kent trying to come around and take the race lead. Kason Plott looking to give him a little bit of an advantage, a little bit of a push down the backstretch. Can those two drivers get it done? Alan Dufries getting a little bit loose with the help from Quentin Murdoch. Maybe a little bit more of a push than what Dufries was expecting. Which line is going to prevail? The inside line is the shortest way around the track. They do have the numbers. Now the numbers go to the top. And Hunter Kent digging down there. Will he attempt the slide job? Does he have enough time and room? Right in front of Alan Dufries. Has to check up out of the way. Big moment. The 4 now pushing Kent to the front. Can Kent there you go. That's like my Will Weber. That's like Will Weber. I have trouble saying that. Anyways, Hunter Kent could do it. Got to the front. Took the race lead. Big moment for him down there on the inside. Help from the 4 of Kason Plott pushed him to the front. But look at the man on the inside. It's that Bass Pro Shop. God, I cannot speak right now. The Toyota Camry of Chris Mathis, the Bass Pro Shops machine. He has not let the front of the field leave his eyes since the drop of the green flag. Led a handful of laps, 15 in the books for him. 21 is the most in the race so far. Right next to the wall, coming out of 2 is the entire field. And if they had gotten any closer, I think we would have seen some sparks fly. Now looking to the inside, as I said, Mathis trying to get back to the point. He has been up inside that top 4. Oh, and the leaders wrecked Mathis into the grass. Oh my God, did you see? Oh my. Somebody make sure, and he is all right because he's moving. Wow, watch this. We're going to back it up one more time, a little bit further, get a blimp cam on this thing. My goodness. Look at the ride the 19 goes for. A little bit of door check action there from a few drivers, and carnage ensued. Oh my goodness. That was pretty rough. We'll go back one more time here. Watch all of this. There you see the door checks from everybody, and they just couldn't get away from each other. Oh! Oh my goodness. Oh. That is a rough hit. Rough hit for that 19 machine of Chris Mathis. Thrash Repair gonna be burned for sure. Drivers heading down pit road once again here tonight, working caution number 3. We've only had a few caution laps. Obviously, something a little off with the caution laps number. Can't have 3 cautions for only 2 laps. But, yeah, so maybe about 6 laps. Caution's not something that these drivers here at the Superior Class Auto Racing League are accustomed to. Fairly clean races week in, week out. The 46 of Bradford down and away off of pit road first, followed closely by that 5 of Mark Truxell. Great pit stops for those 2 drivers, and these guys going to assume the race lead. Daryl Spear, driver of the 32, with a great pit stop as well. He's going to come out in the 3rd position. But what will happen to some of those drivers caught up in those latest incidents? Both of them very big, very hard impacts for a few of the drivers out there. And well, while we got a chance, we'll go ahead and do a little bit of house cleaning now. 18 drivers took to the grid for tonight's Michigan 200 here on Turn 3 Racing Network, and we still have 16 drivers here at the track. 14 drivers left on the track. Brandon Puffenberger and Cameron Hagan have called it an evening. Pushed the car back into the hauler and are heading on home for tonight. Alan Dufries and Quentin Murdoch, they are down there in the pits thrashing away on those 2 Chevy ZL1 Camaros, trying to get everything they can, try to get back on track. And just 2 or 3 positions could mean the world as far as your season point standings, coming down to the nitty gritty. Getting ready, 3 races left before we crown our season champion here for Superior Class Auto Racing. Man, these guys, they don't give me a break up here. Well, I tell you what, let's see if we can't get a hold of him while he is out there. Make sure that we don't go 1 to go here before we interrupt any communications or anything like that. Alan Dufries and Quentin Murdoch still on pit road, thrashing away at their cars. Looks like the 4 hitting pit road once again. And yes, they did go 1 to go, so unfortunately, because, well, you know, I ramble on incoherently. Not going to get to talk with your race leader, the 46 of David Bradford, this time by, but I tell you what, I'll pop a I'll pop a nice mug root beer open for you, and we can call it even, Bradford. What do you say? All right. A little bit of root beer in the body. A little bit of relaxation. A little bit of a moment to catch our breath before things get going once again here at Michigan International Speedway. The 46 of David Bradford out there on the outside lane. Gonna restart the race. Pace car has made the left-hand turn. And we're back. Green flag racing here at Michigan International Speedway. Bradford on the gas gets a great jump. The 56 of Will Jones right there on his gearbox down into turns 1 and 2. And Jones hunting that lead. If you remember early in this race, Jones got out front, held the lead for 21 laps coming off of pit road, got a speeding penalty, and here he is battling for the race lead once again late in tonight's race. 35, make it 34 when we cross the line. Left to go here in the Michigan 200. Presented to you by Mug Root Beer. I'm telling you, we have not seen the end of the action just yet. Things looking fairly calm at the front. Looks like we've got about 4 or 5 cars lined up out there on that outside lane. Now more joining the numbers. Mark Truxell trying to work his way up to that groove and just not being able to slot himself in position into that middle outside lane, if you will. Now bit up the track a little bit was that 83 of Jason Spear. Justin Napier ducked to the bottom right behind Truxell. Will that be enough to start getting drivers to think about dropping to that bottom line? Will Jones thought about it a little bit too late as Truxell gets side by side off of 2 down the backstretch, and that is what he likes to see, and that is side by side racing behind him. Oh, what has happened to Jones? Jones all the way off the track down onto the apron. Another driver off track, Mickey Spear. Also trouble for the 71 of Alan DeFries. He's gonna hit pit road again. Bradford now has a 2/10 second of a lead over this field, but they are closing in very, very fast. Mark Truxell down there on the yellow line, digging, son, absolutely digging down the backstretch side by side. Chris Mathis with help for Truxell. Bradford has Spear in tow. Napier, third car out there on the outside lane, now looking to go 3 wide as Mathis thinks a little bit better of it, slides up to stay right behind that 46. Mark Truxell kind of moving out of the way. He's going to let that 4 have the middle, and that's going to put it 3 wide now. Battle for the lead, 3 wide, racing through 1 and 2, now back. Field funneling to 2 wide off of turn number 2. In the 4 of Kason Plott made a great move, but look at this shove down the backstretch. Bradford shoved to the lead by Mathis. Three and 4 wide racing just behind your race leaders, the 32 of Darrell Spear, Channing Blue, Steve Murdoch. They are all right there on top of each other. Colt Ansley, Hunter Kent, Jeff Napier, those drivers also in the mix. Big wad of cars almost into the wall. was that 83 of Jason Spear. Everybody gets it righted and corrected. Going down into turn 3. Battle for the lead. Mathis trying to maintain that middle lane, and Bradford is just sliding right up in front of him right when he needs. Oh, looks like we got a car with some issues. Steve Murdoch. Oh, and that's going to bring out a caution, I believe. No. Wow. We're going to take a look at this anyway, real quick. Touches the wall, almost into another car, hits the wall, somehow spins it, yanks the gear in that thing, and off we go. Great job. I mean, you never want to hear great job about a wreck, but man, that was a Days of Thunders moment. You know what I mean? Just spinning it, yanking the gear, and driving away, my man. That was absolutely amazing, dude. The 19 of Chris Mathis now looking for that race lead once again. Can he get the job done on Bradford? Now dead even down the backstretch. It's a drag race to turn number 3. Outside lane does have the numbers, does have the draft help. Will that affect the 19 of Mathis as he tries to get the pass for the lead done in his Bass Pro Shops Chevy? No, he is in the Toyota Camry. The Chevy is to the outside. Bradford now coming back with a run to the front. And looking through the field, it's a lonely night for those other manufacturers, Toyotas and Fords. Only 2 Fords in the field, only 1 Toyota, and he is running right there up at the front. Mathis now falling back to 3rd. The outside lane prevailing as these Chevy Z01 Camaros kind of gang up on the rest of the field. "75 laps in the book out of 100 scheduled here for tonight's race at Michigan International Speedway. Superior Class Auto Racing presented to you by Mug Root Beer. Turn 3 Racing Network. Plot down on the inside trying to take the lead away. Will he slide up just in front, just in time? Bradford being forced to go to the bottom with help from Mathis once again. And they're going to give that race lead to Bradford. I thought he had lost the lead for sure coming to the line right there, but nope, proved me wrong again. And the battle for the race lead just will not go away. These 3 drivers putting on one heck of a show, and I tell you what, let's go ahead and go down on board with the driver of that number 19 machine, Chris Mathis, as he works his way down on the inside. Jumping a little further back in the field, we're on board with the 88 of Channing Ballou sitting in the 6th position. You can just see how much these cars are moving, and look just behind them. I mean, you absolutely, I hope I picked the right one. I'm probably not gonna, so let's just not do it. Big move by Ballou all the way to the bottom. Can he slide up in front? Yes, he does. Makes the pass. Great job by that 88. We were on board watching as it happened. Great job by Ballou. Now the 7 of Hunter Kent looking on the inside of the 83. Can he make the pass on Spear? Not going to have him cleared just yet. Your race leader, Bradford, still running that high line. He has got help from Mathis. We are 16 laps into this green flag run for most of the field. And we are nearing the 80 lap mark here. And okay, there's a nice shot of the wall. That's always awesome, ain't it? Gotta love it. Lap 80 when we hit the line this time by, and we will have 21 laps left to go here tonight in the Michigan 200, presented to you by Mug Root Beer here on Turn 3 Racing Network. And the action has been so feverish, so just, yeah, lap after lap. There's spots and positions being taken away all through the field. Bradford now having a good hand on the field. See him trying to break the draft. Case and Plot staying right with him. As I said, with everything going on all race along, I want to give a shout out to each and every one of you out there watching. If you haven't already, go ahead, shoot a thumbs up at us. Subscribe, go over there, click the bell, get notified anytime we go live here on Turn 3 Racing Network, bringing you all types of great action across different platforms here on iRacing.com. Well, why not get notified anytime you get to hear my beautiful voice? Well, I think that's all that means. What matters to these drivers on track and to you fans out there, thank you for joining myself here to watch this great racing action being presented to you by Mug Group here. It's the Superior Class Auto Racing League on iRacing.com. Battle for the lead. David Bradford digging on that outside lane, but Case and Plot has not given up on the bottom. Will he have enough to clear off of 2? No, he doesn't. That's going to put Mathis right there in the draft with the 46, pushing him well in clear of the 4. Now the 4 ducks in just behind Mathis and right in front of Hunter Kent. That's going to slow the momentum for just a lap or so, and it looks like now Channing Ballou trying to take over that 5th spot from the 54 of Justin Maybeer. House-cleeping. That's interesting. I don't even know what 2 words that is. But housekeeping in order real quick. 18 cars took to tonight's racing grid. We still have 14 cars out there on track. Cameron Hagan, Brandon Puffenberger, Will Jones all found trouble. They will find themselves at the rear of the field for today's race. Steve Murdoch down multiple laps as well. The 8 of Quentin Murdoch running in the 13th spot. He scored the first car 1 lap down. That's going to give us, obviously, 12 cars left on the lead lap. 17 laps left to go. Will fuel mileage end up coming into play as these drivers are at about the 21-22 lap mark on these tires and fuel? So going to be pretty interesting to see whether or not they can make it on fuel. What a night for this man. David Bradford has found himself the lead and has not looked back since. Now, this time by, he's going to take over the most laps led with 22 laps in the book. The man right on his rear bumper, that 19 of Chris Mathis, not far behind with 16 laps led in his belt tonight. Back down the back stretch, nose to tail, your front five making their way to turn number 3. Looking through the field, we do have a little bit of battle going on here now for that final 10th position. Mark Truxell looking to the inside of Colt Ansley. Not able to come up, make the pass completely. Darrell Spear right there in front of him. Mickey Spear in the 23 just in front of that 32. And I don't want to say the real race, but the main attraction right now is this top 5. Top 6 is just, they're all over each other. One lap, you've got Mathis battling for the race lead, or in second. The next, he's third or fourth. These drivers are moving all around, jumbling themselves up. Justin Napier just waiting right there behind these drivers for something to happen. Jason Spear and his 83 machine right there, that Ford Mustang, trying to just hang out up there with the rest of the guys. It is Ford Chevrolet ZL1 Camaros ganged up against the Toyota and Ford of Chris Mathis and Jason Spear. Ooh, big moment there for the Ford. Kason Plott gets a little bit loose and out of shape. Field gathers it up. Great job by all of them right there at the front. That could have ended very, very badly, but Plott able to right the ship, get it going the right direction. Retain second position, and he's going to regain composure and try to go up there and go back after your race leader, the 46 of David Bradford. Rest of the field 3 seconds behind this 6-car battle on screen. Jim Blue running in that 7th position. Darrell Spear in 8th. Mark Truxell 9th. Mickey Spear in 10th. Back battling for the lead is that Ford machine, digging down on the bottom, trying to make his way by Bradford, sliding up just a little bit out of turn 2. No help on the bottom now for Mathis as he's going to drop. Look at the switcheroo right there. Now Plott is the only one on the high side. Oh, close. Close racing action there between the 19 and the 4. If they didn't touch, I don't know how they didn't. They keep it going, keep it headed in the right direction, trying to do something about that 46 who, it absolutely to me seems like if you can get the clean air, you can stay right there at the front. It has been very, very hard to pass the race leader. Not so hard to make passes. There you see Hunter Kent making the pass on the 19 of Chris Mathis fairly easily, but it's when you're up there taking more air, creating such a huge gap of air for all the other drivers to run up into. It's like you just hit a brick wall and get slowed way down. But it's time to quit worrying about slowing down. Time to quit worrying about how much your car's pushing. Time to quit worrying about anything. It's time. It's under 10 to go. We're coming to take 8 laps left to go here tonight in the Michigan 200 for Superior Class Auto Racing, presented to you by Mug Root Beer. Looks like the 4 of Kason Plott. Does he have enough off of 2 to slide up in front of that 46? And yes, he does. Oh my. I mean, you heard it in my voice, and there it is right there. Bradford squeezes in his way to the outside of Plott, trying to keep some clean air on the front end of that 46. I'm not sure he's going to be able to keep it off. Oh, the 19 of Mathis tags the wall. Crinkled up rear quarter panel, right rear quarter panel with some heavy damage now. David Bradford, Hunter Kent, Kason Plott. That's who's battling out for the race lead. 7 laps to go as we head down the backstretch. Plott on the inside, Bradford on the outside. Kent following suit with the 4, looking to help on the bottom lane, but what will he do? Through the center of 3 and 4, looks like he's going to stay with that 4 of Plott. And oh my goodness, Bradford almost up into the wall that time off of 4. Who's going to cross the line? Looks like timing and scoring gonna give it to Kason Plott, number 6 in the books for him, and now well and clear of that 46. But does Kason Plott have what it takes to keep Hunter Kent behind him? Those 2 drivers now battling it out. Kent's gonna fall back in line behind Bradford. And there it is, the move back to the inside by that 46 machine. We are coming to take 5 laps left to go here tonight in the Michigan 200. It is round number 11, race number 11 here this season for Superior Class Auto Racing. The championship is looming. Just a handful of races left before we find out who is crowned your season champion. Who's going to be cracking all of that mug root beer, shaking the bottles and celebrating in victory lane. I know I'm lucky enough to be able to find out. Hope you are too. Join us each and every other into turns 3 and 4 side by side. The 4 of Kason Plott and the 46 of David Bradford still battling out for supremacy on track. Oh, they almost touch. Oh, very, very close right there. And Chris Mathis has been able to regather himself, refocus, and charge his way back up to these 3 drivers. He is there now with 3 laps to go. Your top 4 gonna hit the backstretch. Kason Plott with a little bit of the edge over the 46 of Bradford. Help from the 7 of Kent. That's gonna push the 4 well and clear, and he's gonna drop to the bottom to take over that inside lane. Will he move back to the top? Yes, he does. That's gonna leave Bradford all up. Oh my, that was close. Oh, Mathis close to the wall. Whew. Man. Y'all gonna give me a heart attack. Man, very, very close numerous times. Just through turns 1 and 2. 2 laps left to go here for Superior Class Auto Racing, presented to you by Mug Root Beer here on Turn 3 Racing Network. And guess what? That's it. It's all said and done. 1 to go. Presented to you here tonight by none other than Mug Root Beer. 200 laps in the books for these racing drivers, in Kason Plott leading the field off of turn 2. Will anybody be able to do anything with them? No run coming from behind for your top 2. It's left up to them to battle it out through 3 and 4 and back to the line. Bradford sliding way up the track. That's going to give the lead well in hand. The 4 of Kason Plott crosses the line first as your race winner. Hats off to that 4 crew, getting the job done when it mattered and when it counted at the end. Walking away here tonight as your race winner. Don't go anywhere. Stick it out with us here on Turn 3 Racing Network. We're going to watch the 4s. He's going to come around and give you a little bit of celebration action before we get things set to go to our post-race interviews here. And man, what an absolute great race it was here tonight for the Michigan 200. Just a little bit of a love tap there by the 7 of Hunter Kent, showing a little bit of love. And some other drivers coming to have some fun too. Don't go anywhere though. We will be right back to talk to your top 3 finishers here tonight in the Michigan 200. Thanks for rejoining us here tonight for our post-race interviews. Going to see now if we can't get in a quick word with your third place finisher here tonight, the 83 of Jason Spear. Jason, you got your ears on, bud?
I sure do.
Well, hey, man, pretty much an uneventful race for you and your 83 crew, but you found a way to make it to the front there at the end. Tell us a little bit about your night out there tonight.
Well, I started kind of towards the rear, just trying to save my stuff and stay out of trouble. And the first 3 or 4 laps is very sensitive to wearing your stuff out real quick. I think that just pacing yourself the first 3, 4, 5 laps is key here. And so I just kind of made my way up through the front. Me and the 71 Allen, we were drafting there a little bit, just working our way up to the front. Then we had a couple cautions and come out pretty good on the last caution we had, and just try to save my stuff. I know there was a lot of people coming by me, burning their stuff up a little bit, but just try to save there at the end. And then once about 3 to go, I just kept hammering down and run with Justin there. He run me pretty clean, got by him, and just the guys in front of me got together a little bit and opened it up, and I just kind of slid right through there.
Well, man, great job out there tonight. Gonna help you in the points for sure. Anytime you can get up on the podium, it always votes well for your season. With the season coming to a close, it's about 3 or 4 races away for the drivers here this year. Are you ready for this one to kind of be done and just head off and get the next season started, or where's your focus at?
Well, I'm a little bit behind. I unfortunately missed a couple races, but had a couple bad finishes, but I had some good finishes too. So I kind of just want to keep the nose clean and just work my way up to the front for the remainder of the races and just see how high I can get up. There's no way I can get up to the top, but good finish in the points would be nice, and then start with a clean slate and get after it.
All right, my man. Well, once again, great job out there finishing 3rd place tonight. But before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, anything like that?
Yeah, I want to thank my team. My team's my brothers, Daryl and Mickey. I want to thank them and the league, the guys that run here. It's a lot of fun running with these guys. Thank you guys for broadcasting it. And my sponsor, CPI Security. They do a lot for us over here, and I just appreciate them being on board.
All right, well, there you have it. That was your 3rd place finisher for tonight's race. Now we are going to see if we can't get in a quick word or two with the driver that finished 2nd out there tonight, and that is David Bradford. How you doing, bud?
Doing good, man. It was a good, clean, hard, fun race.
It was a ton of fun to watch, I'll tell you that. Y'all mixed it up at the front like crazy. Tell me a little bit about the clean air. Was that the difference here tonight if you had that clean air out there out front?
I mean, not really the clean air. It was more of the high side once the tires got wore in, and you just keep your momentum up so much better on the high side versus the low side. If I could have got to his outside, I probably could have got back around him, but he's smart enough to know to block the outside once the tires get wore out. But really, being out front, I felt early on was a huge disadvantage to me because the car just acts like it's got a parachute out the back, and everybody just sucks up on you so fast.
All right. Well, you came into tonight as the points leader, I do believe, if my memory's right. I don't have such a good memory, but yeah, I believe you are. You actually gained over Bobby Hamilton Jr., who was not at the track here tonight. He was your closest competition coming into tonight. So what's your views into the next 3 or 4 races here as we close down this season?
Well, we got 2 races left, so we got Talladega next week and then Homestead after that. Really, I'm just going to take it easy, but at this point I can race hard at Talladega if I want to. I know I'm still going to Homestead, so maybe I'll just get up on the wheel at Talladega and try to make it exciting and fun for everybody else.
Oh, I mean, if you try to make it any more exciting than some of the stuff I've seen tonight, I don't think I'm going to make it through the broadcast. There was a few times you guys had me pretty worried.
Yeah, well, that's all good fun right there, man. I know we can trust Kaysen and Hunter and Chris and all them guys go out there and race inches off of each other and sometimes touching each other. I know me and Kason touched a couple times, and man, it was just really fun and good hard racing.
All right, David, man. Well, once again, excellent job walking away with a second place here tonight at Michigan International Speedway. Anybody you'd like to thank? Give any shout outs, love yous, thank yous, anything like that?
Oh yeah, I got to thank my family, Charlie and his mom and all them. They're out there watching. My dad, of course, is watching as well. I got to thank Mug Root Beer for sponsoring the series, and Bobby, I know he ain't here tonight, and I know he wanted to be because this was going to be one of his favorite tracks, but he does more for this league than anybody will ever know, so really thank him a lot.
All right, well, there you have it. That was your second place finisher here for today's race. Now, there you see him, man, on the screen. If I could ever get it right. No, that's not it. Try it again, Dave. There we go. Your race winner, the man of the hour, the driver of the Four Machine, Kason Plott. Man, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I am doing great myself, but not as good as you, walking away with the race win out there today. Tell us a little bit about what was going through your mind in those last 10 laps or so.
Well, me and Hunter were trying to come up with a game plan because once them tires are worn out, it's definitely difficult to pass, and it's almost nearly impossible to make a pass on the inside. But the only way I knew to do it was get the best run down the straightaway and try to get them almost cleared going into the corner, and just try to run them up the track a little bit, and that's what I had to do.
All right, a little bit of a crapshoot coming up. We have Talladega. I kind of like in Michigan almost restrictor plate style because you were on the gas a long time here tonight. What's your thoughts looking forward to next week's race?
Well, try to keep the nose clean as possible, and at least try to be there at the end to contend for the win. Those tracks aren't not normally my best, so we'll have to definitely be working together and see if we can come out with a win again.
Well, man, I would enjoy seeing a back-to-back winner. I don't think I have seen that yet here with you guys, but I'm sure somebody's going to pull that off for me. But, first and foremost, Kason, great job coming away with the race win here tonight. Before we let you go and celebrate, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous to anybody out there watching?
Yeah, just thank y'all for the broadcast, and thanks for the league. It's a heck of a league to run with, and some great guys, and definitely some good competition to run against, and definitely trustworthy to race around like David right there. Thank y'all and thank the league.
All right, there you have it, man, on the screen. Kason Plott, driver of the four, your race winner. Man, oh man. Well, nothing left to do up here from inside the booth. So, let's give you your final results of tonight's Michigan 200 for Superior Class Auto Racing, presented to you by Mug Root Beer. Walking away with the race win, the kiss and the trophy, Kason Plott. Coming home in second, the 46 of David Bradford. Back in third, rounding out your podium here tonight, the 83 of Jason Spear. Fourth goes to the 19 of Chris Mathis. Fifth place to the 7 of Hunter Kent. Sixth place to 54 of Justin Napier. Walking away in seventh, the 88 of Channing Ballou. And in eighth, the 5 of Mark Truxell. Ninth position, the 32 of Daryl Spear. Rounding out your top 10 here tonight, driver of the 86 machine, Colt Ansley. And in 11th, the 23 of Mickey Spear. 12th spot goes to the 40 of Jeff Napier. And in 13th, the 8 of Quentin Murdoch. 14th spot goes to the 71 of Alan Dufries, and in 15th, the 53 of Steve Murdoch. Early race leader, the 56 of Will Jones, found himself in some trouble and walks away in the 16th spot. 17th goes to the 42 of Brandon Puffenberger, and in 18th, tail end of the field, the 55 of Cameron Hagan. Well, that does it. That's it for us here tonight at Turn 3 Racing Network. Want to give a shout out to all of the podium drivers. Case and plot, David. Sorry, I got choked up on my own words there. Case and plot, David Bradford and Jason Spear. Heck of a job to those guys finishing up in your top 3 points positions. The entire field, hats off to you guys. Amazing job out there tonight. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you out there watching. We do appreciate it here at Turn 3 Racing Network, as well as the Superior Class Auto Racing presented by Mug Root Beer. So, as always, we're going to walk away from you tonight, but stay tuned for some more great racing action here on Turn 3 Racing Network. And, well, we'll see you.